boy stature. I was cute at one point. Good evening and welcome. I'm Roy Blitzer, and our show is Ask Dr. Business. The purpose of our time together is to give you information and insight that will help make your work life more exciting and satisfying. The desired outcome is you're going to benefit from the information you hear and do wonders on the job and be happier than you were before. Our series on part-time jobs is continuing, and we're very fortunate this evening to have Pedro Arenas with us this evening. He is a hard-working young man, has two part-time jobs. One, he is a studio tech right here at our studio, and the other, he's a paraeducator working with those people who are somewhat disadvantaged. Welcome.
Hello.
I want to remind everyone to please call in. The number here is 650-856-1491. Please tell our audience a little bit about your background. Where were you educated? What did you study? And how did you get these two, which sound like very different but exciting jobs?
Oh, how did I get the job? Well, first off,
Your background, please.
For my background, I'm from San Jose, California, native Californian, from two Mexican parents. Whisked me off to Mexico, lived over there for when I was a little kid. Came back over here, and then no, I just kind of I guess I had a shining towards film.
And you went to which high school?
Oh, Lincoln High School.
And then what? What did you do then? How did you manage to take that film and work it into your life?
Well, I didn't at first, actually. No, well, what I did was I just went to high school, went to college. I knew I was thinking like, oh, I'll just become a fireman. You know, like, oh, I'll go into like fire sciences or, you know, whatever that is to kind of get into that.
It's a stable job, and
yeah,
it's hard though.
yeah. Well, I used to think like, oh, it'd be nice just to kind of, I guess it was kind of like the childhood dream, I think, in a way.
But that sounded like it didn't work.
And then transferred to
No.
San Jose.
No. Well, I guess I think mainly I maybe I had some like sort of like, you know, kind of personality conflicts with it or something. I don't know. I just didn't. It wasn't something that I needed to do, I think, which is also really important when you're taking any job. And so I got into. I had a long conversation with one of my college counselors, and he told me like, "What do you want to do?" He's like, "Pedro, what do you want to do?" And I was like, maybe I want to make movies. He's like, oh, then go make movies. He's like, to go do that then. Do that.
Was there a film program where you were studying at the time?
No, I had to change colleges. The only one that was close to me that for a reasonable price was at De Anza College, and that one's really cool because De Anza College has what I would say is an amazing film program for the area. They don't you don't have to sit there and sort of like apply for, you know, do these long sort of like, let me please teach me. It's a community college, which has the added benefit of you just sign up for community college, and then it's got a film program, very competent film program. And
Is that where you're studying now?
No, I'm actually it's a long story.
Well, tell us a little bit about the jobs you've had. We know you love film, so what did you do?
My first job was at AMC Theaters.
Not bad.
Yeah.
That's a start.
Yeah, it was a start.
A start you didn't like?
No, I loved the job. I just wasn't a good employee. I just wasn't. I wasn't good. If I think back, I would not have hired me to work there.
Was this a part-time job as well?
It was a summer job.
Summer job.
Yeah,
okay.
But it was cool though, because I basically saw every movie that summer of 2000 and 2005. Yeah, no, it was nice. And then after that, it was Jamba Juice very briefly, and
That was almost a career position, you said.
It was. I worked there for a long time. Yeah, because I stopped working there for a while, and then I worked for Hollywood Video, another.
Well, you managed to stay in the field. That's great. This is before videos closed.
Yeah, this is a video rental place.
You must have known your stock, though. Were you on the one in El Camino Real in South Palo Alto, or a different one?
No,
I used to go to that one.
No, it was a nice gig, I guess, while it lasted. No, I was in East Side San Jose, yeah, East Side. No, I was at that one. I really liked it, but it literally, for those who remember, Hollywood Video, it literally shut down. Like,
It did. One day it was just gone.
Netflix came and just swept it under the rug, and that was it.
By the way, someday when you finish your studies, maybe go to work at Netflix.
Oh, that'd be nice.
I actually know someone there. I might be able to help you.
That would be really nice.
Wouldn't that be wonderful?
That would be wonderful.
Okay, so let's continue, and I want to remind everyone that I'm here with Pedro Arenas, who has 2 part-time jobs. He's telling us a little bit about his background, and then we'll get to what he does at these 2 jobs. But I want to remind you to please call in. The phone number here is 650-856-1491. Okay, so you're at Jamba Juice.
Yeah.
That's not very filmy.
No, it's not.
Unless movie stars go there.
No, well, not at this Jamba Juice. No, I was there for 5 years.
And then what? You tell us a little bit about Second City. You did improv. I'm very impressed.
City and did improv.
So you wanted to be talented as well?
No. Well, what was happening was I was going to school for film, and while I was making short films, my short films were bad. Like they were bad movies. And so basically what I kind of thought was, oh, let me learn script writing and figure out a way to sort of tell a better story. And so I took script writing for a very long time, but my scripts were also not great.
You maybe are a bit self-critical, but that's okay.
Maybe self-critical, yeah. But they at least
no one liked them.
At least I didn't like them. And probably other people.
I'm dying to diverge for a moment. Can you tell me one storyline that you created?
Yeah. Oh.
It wasn't sci-fi.
Well, no, mostly horror. But I did make I wrote a short film about it kind of has legs now that I think about it. Maybe I should go back and do it.
Wouldn't that be good inspiration?
Yeah, but there's this one I made about it's a migrant crossing the border, and people.
That's topical now.
It's very, very topical, and that wasn't, the climate was a little different, I think, then, but I think it's a little more relevant now.
Okay, so you went to Chicago.
Yeah,
left home.
My friend told me that a lot of the staff writers, a lot of staff writers were improvisers, and they would get staff writing jobs doing that.
Got it.
And so I thought, like, okay, well then I'll go with you guys on this journey.
You didn't meet Tina Fey, did you?
No, but I met some people that knew Tina Fey.
Oh, good.
Apparently she frequents those places.
She does. She goes back.
Yeah, she has friends there. Friends that teach there still.
So you did that for a year, then you came back.
Yeah. Well, I did that for 2 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you learned a lot?
Yeah, I think I did. Yeah.
How'd you deal with the Chicago winters?
Oh, I love the Chicago winters. Yeah. Oh, I love them. Yeah, they're great.
You must be a lovely personality to like the winters.
I'm from California, and I hadn't experienced snow yet, and so it's snowing all around me, and I'm just like, oh, look at the snow, everyone.
Cold, Pedro.
Nobody else cared. Nobody else cared. They hated the snow. They're like, yeah, it's miserable. Ugh.
So okay, so now let's go to present. You have 2 jobs. First, tell us a little bit about your paraeducator work. I want to know how many hours you work there, what is your schedule, and what do you do at this job?
Well, as a paraeducator, it's my schedule for paraeducating is basically Monday, Friday, Wednesday. Did I say that out of order? I did.
But that's improv. We're flexible.
That's true, yeah.
Monday, Wednesday, and Friday in the afternoon.
Yes. Mornings and afternoons, yeah.
So you go and do what? It's
basically just, it really depends on kind of what the kid needs, or what the children need. Is it
one-on-one or group work?
It can be one-on-one. I've definitely had some extended one-on-one sort of gigs, which are really nice actually, because then you really get to kind of know a single kid.
So what would you say the major issues are with the young people in this program?
I know. Well,
Developmentally disabled a bit, or slow?
I think it depends what you. No, definitely not slow. If it was slow, that'd be more, I guess, special ed.
Right.
No, uh, this is more geared towards, like, it depends what class you go to. I've worked with autism, worked with ED, which is emotionally disturbed. I've
Wow.
worked with general, which is general disabilities. So you'll get sort of a plethora of sort of,
Physical disabilities, emotional, or everything?
I've also worked with kids with physical disabilities, and those are actually my favorite ones. Mainly because I think, like, they're very present, in that they have, you can communicate with them
So
like
you'd
normal
work
kids.
from 4 to 5, 4 to 8. How many hours a day?
Oh, it's a 5 hour, well, technically a 6 hour gig every day,
Wow.
and so it's about 25 hours a week
Do you
doing
feed
that.
them? Is that part of the?
Depends. Yeah, sometimes. Sometimes I feed them. Yeah, if they need feeding, it's usually when I go onto a site, I'll kind of ask the teacher, like, oh, what's this kid need? Does he need feeding? Can he walk by himself?
I'm very, and I should ask for those people interested in this kind of work, how did you get this job? Did you apply? Was the competition tough?
N-
Do they have full-time jobs, or can people not have a hard time doing this full-time?
they have full-time jobs. The reason I didn't well, first off, to answer your first question, I got the job because my uncle has a disability.
So you're familiar with that market.
Yes.
You've spent time, okay.
Yeah, very.
And you have desire.
Yeah, yeah.
Nice way about you, I'm sure.
Basically, I just wrote a letter to the hiring, or I guess, whoever handles, hiring. I just wrote a letter to him saying that, oh, I have an uncle who has, who's challenged, and I told him, like, oh, I think I could do this job, and they hired me kind of on that.
And no classes. Would you recommend any classes that people should take for this kind of work?
For this, no. I think with
It's not like, as you say, special ed, which they do train tremendously for.
yeah. It's if you're being a teacher, of course you would take classes and go
Right,
through studying, right? No, with this one, it's mostly just you kind of just stick with it.
Do you have to be athletic? Do you play punch ball and badminton and stuff like that? What if
No,
you're
you don't.
not a jock?
Yeah, you don't have to be athletic.
You don't?
You just
Okay.
hang out with them. Yeah. Mainly, they just want to. They want someone who can kind of sort of jive with them. Kind of bring even sometimes just kind of.
Do you read books?
Yeah. So, or sometimes they read books. It kind of just depends. But yeah.
That sounds like a fascinating part-time job.
It
Are you
is, yeah.
exhausted at the end of the day?
Sometimes.
Well, let me just see if we can get someone to ask any questions about that kind of work. The number here is 650-856-1491. I'm here with Pedro Arenas, who's got 2 part-time jobs, a hardworking young man, and he was telling us about his jobs as a paraeducator, working with those young people, or old people perhaps,
Yeah.
with special needs for 15 hours a week.
25.
25 hours a week.
Or yeah, I guess depends really. Yeah. But 15 to 25. Actually,
Okay,
that's
now
pretty
your
minimum.
second job is you're a studio technician,
Yeah.
right here at this studio.
Yeah, right here.
Tell us a little bit about the work that you do here. What are your hours here?
Well, here it's a little more feast and famine, I think.
Do you get calls like a substitute teacher?
No, we get scheduled at the top of the month, and so
Ah,
I'll come in, and sometimes there will be a lot of shows planned for the month, and that's always really exciting.
daytime and evening. I know you've helped
Yeah.
me, so I
Yeah.
know you're here late at night.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, for this show, yeah. Which I actually have to say I do enjoy working for this show.
Oh,
for
that's so nice of you to say on
your
the air.
particular show, actually.
Well,
yeah.
thank you. Hopefully someone will call Pedro and make the show a little more
Yeah, no,
exciting.
it works better, yeah.
65. I feel like the shopping network every time I do this.
Yeah.
650-856-1491. We have a fascinating guest with not just one part-time job, but 2.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's say you have daytime work here too. I guess the studio.
Sometimes. That's always really nice, actually. I think I just had one today, actually. Yeah, I was here.
And you came back.
I was literally here. Yeah, I was here. Now that I think about it, I was here 4 hours ago, actually.
Wow. Okay, so you work 25 hours at the paraeducator work.
Yeah.
How many hours do you work here?
Weekly, probably about, not very many. It depends. On a good week, I can work here for maybe 15 hours.
Wow. You have a busy schedule.
I try to keep it busy.
Now, one of the things we talked about planning, but we'll get there in a moment, but you're also going to school at this. You're going to be inspiration for everyone who wants to multitask and get a lot in. You go to school as well?
Yeah, I go to school. When I went to Chicago to sort of do a Second City thing, I kind of put my schooling on hold.
Okay, so you quit. We can use the Q word. You quit.
Can I use the Q word? Is that okay?
You can.
Is that okay?
How about a temporary break? That always sounds better.
No, actually, I like quit. Actually, it's stronger. It's stronger. It's more. It's
more accurate.
It's more accurate too. I quit for a while, and then my girlfriend, she got her dream job, basically the job that she went to school for and kind of studied for and worked really hard for.
We'll give her a plug for getting you back to get your education. That's wonderful.
Yeah. No, and then she and so I was like, oh well, maybe I should go back to school. And so yeah, I'm going to school now.
So you go to school in the morning.
Yeah.
Do you call in the? I guess I'm trying to figure out how you manage your day.
Oh.
So you wake up on a Monday.
Yeah.
You do know that Monday's the paraeducator job, so that's set.
Yeah.
What if you have something here? You'd have to say no?
I'd have to say no, yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, I do enjoy sort of paraeducating, but mainly it's sort of my field that calls to me the most,
Right.
like any sort of film or production work, even sometimes if it's for free, actually, I might even switch over. I know I have some friends who just make movies, and if they need help or if they need
what would your role be if you were in the movies? Would you be the director? Would you be the production assistant? I guess I'm
on an independent movie.
On a shoot, right?
On an independent movie, you're
doing everything.
You're doing everything. Yeah, there's no.
Well, I want to be in one of your movies.
Oh,
I'm putting myself out there
I would cast
as
you
a
in
talent.
Yeah, I would cast you in one of my movies.
Okay, and I'll do it anytime.
Oh,
okay,
perfect.
so talk a little bit about what the difference is between the two jobs. We did a little preparation in terms of skill sets. What kind of skills do you need to be a good paraeducator? Patience, we know, is one of them, and generating warmth is another one. These people pick up very quickly if they're talked down to, and people don't respect them.
Yeah, I think that's a good point that you brought up. Is because I think when people kind of sort of see someone with a disability, they kind of think like, oh, I have to sort of I guess highlight their great like their strength, right, to kind of live life. And it's not really, you kind of have to treat them like anyone else.
And the tendency is to talk loud because you think they can't hear, and we know that's not true.
Don't have to do that, yeah. You just
so you need patience, empathy, and warmth. What else would you need for that job?
Probably understanding, I think, as well, because sometimes these kids, they don't like they don't mean everything that they do, right? They're in a position that is altered sometimes, and so I think it's really easy to sort of kind of get frustrated or get angry, and it's not, kind of.
I know this is something we did not talk about, but I think that the seeing a male do this kind of work is very important for them, because in schools, the old days, all you'd have is female teachers, and all you'd encounter in the helping professions of the nurses were always female. And I think it's important to have a good male role model figure.
It's funny you should bring that up, actually, because that's literally what, I think that's kind of, it's the thing that I get a lot when I work with the paraeducating gig. A lot of people kind of like, oh, you're a guy, good. They'll stick me with all the guys or whatever.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of I guess it's still very gendered, I think, in a way.
Really?
Yeah. I think like they want a guy to work with the other boys. And
we have a phone caller. Let me just a moment. Susan, this is Dr. Business. How can I help you? Susan, I know you're there. Oh. Live TV.
Yeah.
Some technical difficulties. We're going to hang with you, though. Perhaps someone can write down the question if we can't hear you.
They keep hanging up on me.
Oh, no, we can hear you now. Please fire away. We can hear you. Susan,
I
don't
keep
give...
getting disconnected.
Oh, no, you're not disconnected. We can hear
Yeah?
you.
No, I'm disconnected. I don't hear anything.
Oh, that's too bad because we can hear you. What is your
They
question?
disconnected me.
Now that's
No,
a
yeah,
disconnect.
That's a disconnect, yeah.
Well, we got close. I'm hoping her question would be interesting. If the next time someone calls in, if they can ask the question and
Yeah.
bring it to us, we'll be able to answer. Okay, so those are some of the requirements for your paraeducator job. Now, without tooting your horn too much, tell us a little bit about what's required to be a studio technician here at the Media Center.
Oh, also probably patience, but probably multitasking as well.
Okay, be able to do more than one thing at a time.
Yeah, you're kind of riding on the seat of your pants a little bit. Yeah, you just
Did you have
to.
any training for this job? Did you learn about lights and learn about sound?
I had
hope not sound.
No, I had a little bit. I had a little bit of training from my years of doing just
Okay.
a lot of production work and film.
Did you
school.
do little theater production in high school?
No,
Were you
not
tech?
actually. I was not.
The
I
tech
was not.
guys and women were always wonderful.
See, I was not part of that actually. I was.
Darn.
It was always, I don't know. There was always a weird line there. I don't know.
Well, I used to love little theater because I thought the women were very interesting. They were sort of
It's true.
funky.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
Okay, so you need, I think, patience, multitasking.
Yeah.
What about creativity? Have you had a chance at this job to test your creativity? Can you present to the producer something you want to do differently in terms of set or format?
Yeah, actually, that's.
Because I'm going to ask you next time.
Oh yeah. No, well, that's actually when the job gets most fun. Really, is when they're like, oh, what would you do? Like, oh, okay, well, what would I do? Okay.
So we have different skill sets. Would you say that the same person are unique? The same person that can do one of these jobs should be able to do the other, or not necessarily?
Sorry, say that one more time.
For example, you're doing successfully well at both jobs. Do you think somebody else could, if they said to you, I want to have both of those jobs,
Oh.
would you think that would be possible? Or were you just did you luck out?
No, I don't think becoming a studio tech that sort of landed in my lap a little bit. It was I just wanted to make more movies and I wanted to just work more, and so.
So we're getting close to your dream job.
Yeah, I felt like I wasn't doing enough, and so my friend told me about the Midpen Media Center, and he said, hey, there's this place that if you go there, they're constantly doing stuff. You can just show up and kind of help out, and so that's what I did, and I tried to show up as often as I could just to kind of.
So you were volunteering for a while.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah, and then eventually, I guess my new boss, she was like, oh, would you mind if I started training you as a studio tech? And I'm like, yeah.
Now, what about any physical requirements? I should tell our viewers that the studio techs often do all the lighting. They climb on ladders.
Yeah.
One needs to be maybe some of that fireman training, a physically fit type.
Yeah, maybe. I think you do need to be, I guess maybe a little spry.
Right. Good.
But yeah, I think I know I've gotten really good at climbing ladders.
Okay.
As of late.
Well, I want to give the phone people another chance. We are very optimistic. Susan has a question, or is she on the phone now? Can she hear me?
Yes.
Susan, please fire away and forgive the error before. What is your question?
Okay, with multiple jobs, how does Pedro find time for himself?
I love that, and so glad you asked it. How do you find time for yourself?
I can easily find time for myself, constantly. Well, mainly because I have this good chunk of time in between sort of my paraeducating gig and school, and then when this job starts.
But you have study time?
I have study time.
You mentioned a young lady friend. You have a relationship to cater to.
It's
What
true.
would you do in your part-time and when?
What do I do in my part-time? Just watch some movies, that kind of thing.
Make movies.
Sure.
No? Are you writing another script?
I am actually, right now. Yeah. Yeah, actually, that's what I was doing. Yeah, that's what I'm kind of, I'm trying to set off like enough time to sort of do that. I think writing is also work. I think people who look at it as like art it's an art for sure, but it's also work though. You got to really.
Susan, I want to thank you for that question, because one of the things we should focus on is Pedro's ability to manage his time. I think time management is a great skill for the kind of work that you do.
Yeah. Oh, also, I know a planner as well. I just recently adopted that. I don't know how I didn't do
Do
that.
you use your phone or a paper
Constantly.
planner?
No, a paper planner. Although I could have been using it.
Outlook has some very good training on that.
I don't know. I went so long in my life without using a planner that I just depend on it so much
Well,
now.
perhaps our viewers will build on Susan's question and tell us what your dream nightmare was, which I think is very clever.
Yeah. Well, no, I literally had a nightmare about my studio tech job where I woke up in the middle of or like I was awakened in the morning, and I had a shift to go to, and I was running really late. It was like it was a true nightmare. Like scared me. Like it was like.
You didn't go to the wrong job.
No, I didn't do that. But I literally had a nightmare about this job. Yeah, it was frightening. Yeah, it was literally just me forgetting the gig, which is something I did a lot. Like when I was.
Before your planner.
When I was a terrible employee back at AMC Theaters.
Well, that was one of the questions I was going to almost close our show with. What have you learned from these 2 part-time jobs and your other job history, since you have had a variety of experiences?
What have I learned? Honestly, just keep working.
Keep working.
It's mainly that. I think.
I heard reliability. You've mentioned you didn't think you were a good employee at the time.
Oh,
so
no.
now you know what a good employee is.
Yeah. Well, I think it's mainly is it something you want to do?
Okay, so you have to have an interest.
Yeah, you have to have interest, but then you also it's also got to be something that sort of fulfills you.
Well, I also want to build on Susan's question. You need to spend time for yourself. I think that when you work hard and you're trying to be everything to everybody, you come up last. And I think it's important that those of you out in the audience that want to work part-time, a lot of people want to work part-time because they want that time for themselves. But having 2 very demanding part-time jobs makes it very difficult. Well, I want to let everybody know that our show is reaching its closure. I want to thank Pedro for his wonderful analysis. I want to thank Susan for calling. I want to thank my crew especially this evening, who worked under lots of pressure with a few people who were scheduled to show up that didn't. Our next show is going to be on June 21, and I'm starting a new topic on jobs that you do from home. So we are going to be interviewing another colleague whose job is working from home to learn some insight there. Thank you for listening. Good luck. And this is Ask Dr. Business and Pedro signing off.